Much love and appreciation, family. So, for all of the brand new men's and women's shirts that you see and the limited edition sneakers that you see here, please visit the comment and or the description below the video. Thank you.
Woman in the video talked to News Channel 5's Nick Barris about what happened and why she feared for herself and the safety of her small child.
Okay, goofy monster.
Adriana Ensley and her son are all smiles now.
Say hey.
But just a few days ago, she feared for her family's safety.
We're just stopping to get something to drink because we just left from the park.
Ensley says they had pulled into a Z-Mart on Dickerson Road when an unmarked Metro squad car, lights flashing, pulled in behind her. She says an officer, Barrett Teague, told her the car's tags were expired. As he walked back to the squad car, Ensley went to check the tags herself.
I just went, I peeked, and I walked back to the car. By the time that I got to my driver's seat ready to get in, that's when he came up from behind me.
Security video shows Teague grab Ensley and throw her several times against other vehicles.
There was no necessary reason for him using that type of force against me. It scared me senseless.
Then you see Ensley's boyfriend get out of the car, but he resists intervening.
In my shoes, like, I could have did something and led to something way worse. Like, I could have been killed.
Instead, both the boyfriend and Ensley were cuffed and placed in squad cars, issued citations for resisting. It was late afternoon on a sweltering day, and Ensley was most concerned the officer left their 18-month-old son alone in their car.
I had to kick and scream in the back of the police officer's car, like, get my son, he's only one, it's hot, the windows are up.
Eventually, the child was removed unharmed. Metro Police have seen the video and issued a statement in part, quote, the administration of the Metro National Police Department and Officer Teague's supervisors are very concerned with what the video shows. Teague has been stripped of his police powers pending the investigation.
Decommissioned, like, that's a good start. I understand that, but if you could see the anger in his face.
Ensley thinks Teague should be fired. Now, Metro reports her tags were expired, but Ensley maintains she was targeted and unfairly treated.
I just think he stopped me just to pick, like, just because we're black. It's hard to trust police officers now that something like this happened.
And in addition to the Metro PD looking into it, Nashville's Community Oversight Board is now reviewing what happened. And I've learned there is now a third investigation that could potentially bring criminal charges against the officer. Meanwhile, the Fraternal Order of Police says it's important not to rush to judgment based on the video alone, and people need to wait until they know all of the facts.
Hey, how you doing? This is Seji Hito here to bring you the news. So I want to just bring in a little bit more information to further put this into perspective about this story and also about the police. A Metro Nashville Police Department officer under investigation for possible use of excessive force resigned Wednesday. Let me repeat that one more time. A Metro Nashville Police Department officer under investigation for the possible use of excessive force, which you've seen both videos of, he resigned on Wednesday. Barra Teague, a 4-year veteran of the force, was decommissioned as of July 4th after police became aware of a video of him in a physical confrontation with a woman at a Nashville gas station. The video from July 3rd appears to show Teague slamming the woman against a car during a traffic stop at a market on Dickerson Pike. Miss Ensley, age 21, posted on Facebook that Teague parked behind her at the Z-Mart gas station at 803 Dickerson Pike because her license plate tags were expired. She says she provided the information and documents he asked for, and when he went back to his car, she went to check the tags for herself. In the video Ensley posted, she can be seen walking back to her driver's side door when Teague grabbed her from behind her back and attempted to restrain her. At one point, Teague appeared to slam Ensley against the car next to hers. He was placed on desk duty pending an internal investigation after the video was made public. His resignation, which MNPD said was irrevocable and non-appealable, ends the administrative investigation. Teague remains the subject of a criminal investigation by MNPD detectives. Quote, the administration of the MNPD and Officer Teague supervisors at the East Precinct are very concerned with what the video shows, police said in a statement earlier in July. All right, so we seen both footage. We seen the live camera footage, live camera footage from the Mart from outside, and it showed the whole complete stop from beginning to end. And then you seen the news coverage of the family. And then I further put more information about the story from another article which stated that Teague, the officer who accosted and slammed this young woman against the car next to it, basically slammed her against her own car and then to a car that was adjacent to hers, he was allowed to resign. And due to him resigning, that ended that administrative investigation due to the fact that he was no longer on the force, which means that since he is no longer there, there's no further reason for them to attack that situation. I just want to let you guys know when these guys resign, that enables them to go find a job, go relocate and find a job somewhere else in a whole nother district. And they're going to allow him to do the exact same things he just committed, the exact same act that you saw. He's going to commit that again in a whole other community. And this is not the first time that he's been on desk duty due to the fact of him using a ridiculous amount of force. Literally, you saw the video. Nobody was violent. She was completely calm. He walked back to his car. She was not following him. She was not provoking him. She was not trying to have a conversation with him. What she was doing was she was making sure that the stop was valid. So she got out of her car. She was like, you know what? Let me go check my tags for myself, at least to make sure. Because she already handed over the information. This is why you saw him walk back to the car with the items placed on the roof. So she went there and she checked the back. So he was going to go in his car and then he saw her. He was like, hold on. Oh, she's out the car right now? I got you. Let me put you in handcuffs. Now, I want to make people understand. This is a simple, from the information that I gave you from a previous video, This is a simple traffic stop. The only thing that's supposed to happen to her for expired tags is that she gets a either, they can do a written warning, or they can let her go, or they'll write her a ticket. Either one of the three. Nowhere in there is she supposed to be detained and put or restrained or put in handcuffs. Nowhere in there. There is no law stating that over expired tags. People have expired tags running around the city and the states all the time. People aren't about to get arrested. They're not. But this officer obviously wanted to put his hands on a black woman, and he obviously wanted to show his dominance and his authority in that situation for whatever unknown reason. All right, so as I do with some of these videos now, I wanted to add a little bit more information about this. Driving with expired tags marks you for extra attention from police. Police can stop you if your tags are expired and issue a citation. While the situation alone can be both expensive and inconvenient, it also opens you up to more troublesome concerns. The officer who pulls you over can issue additional citations based on his observations, which may include tickets for missing and burned out lights, failure to wear a seatbelt, inadequate proof of insurance, and driver's license violations. If you want to avoid additional offenses, avoid the initial offense and renew your tags. You can receive a new fine every time you are stopped for driving with expired tags. If stopped more than once in a day, you may be able to talk your way out of additional citations by explaining that you just received one and that you plan on taking care of the problem as soon as possible. If you continue to drive without proper registration, the police can continue to pull you over for it. The fines will add up. Soon you will be spending more money on tickets than you will have had to pay out for the tags itself. In Minnesota, for example, a fine for expired tags will cost you $108. The cost to renew your tags varies depending on your vehicle's value, but typically does not exceed one or two of these fines. Police do not have to see you driving to write you a ticket. If they spot your car parked in public without tags, law enforcement officials can leave a ticket on your windshield just as they would for any other parking violation. As with moving violations, these tickets can add up. In certain municipalities, your car may even be impounded after you accumulate too many parking tickets. Failing to pay even a single expired tag fine can lead to a warrant for your arrest, while the police are unlikely to come to your home and take you away over tag violations. They will arrest you if they happen to pull you over and run your license. With expired tags on your car, you give the police just cause to stop you. Once they've stopped you, they can arrest you and impound your car and vehicle if you happen to have gotten yourself a warrant. All right, so the other thing I wanted to mention is that I know a lot of people are probably going to have something to say about her boyfriend and how he reacted to the situation. And, this is what I'm talking about black men and where the protectors at, where this, where that. Listen to exactly what he said. It was him, it was his child, and what I'm presuming to be his child, and his girlfriend, all three of them in that car. And what he was trying to do was trying to make sure that it didn't go, completely far left, right? And his whole mentality from what he was saying was that, I had to think about if I overreacted to the situation, what could that have led to? Because notice the officer didn't pull out a taser. He didn't pull out a gun or anything else, right? So he didn't feel, quote unquote, as they normally say, like, my life is being threatened. My life is in danger. It wasn't at that point. So he was just trying to make sure it stayed within the confines of where it was. Because if he were to have overreacted, you already saw the officer push him back once. Now, I can for damn sure tell you, if the dude would have came at that man a whole different type of way, more than likely shots would have been fired. And we will be dealing with a whole nother story. And, like I said before, it's very easy for us from the outside in, looking at a story, to assume and to always say how we would have addressed or, went at a certain situation up until it actually happens to us. Like, we can formulate all of these plans. We can say all of this beautiful, all of this good shit when we're looking at somebody else's example, but it's like a Jeopardy question whenever it happens to us, because now we're in our own emotions, we're in our own world, and we're looking at our surroundings, and we're trying to now navigate our way through a situation that we've never been through. There's unknown variables that can easily set off the situation from where it is right now all the way left to, it just being a trial about, you being dead or two dead people, right? So, I just wanted to put that out there before, people want to try to tear this young man apart for, how he reacted to the situation. He did what he was supposed to do. He reacted in how he felt he should have reacted. And all three of them are alive. That little kid is able to see his mother, and he's able to see what I presume to be his father. They all can still live to be a family. Like I said, we all got, choices and decisions that we have to make. And at the end of the day, we will be the only ones in that situation that have to live with those choices and the decisions depending on what the outcome is. So as always, let me know what you guys think about the video and the information that you heard in both of that you heard from one of the news stories and information that I gave you from another article, and what you guys think about what took place in the video, and also about his resignation. As always, I love you guys a lot. Thank you guys for the support. Whenever I do these videos now, I try to, put as much information as possible in there to not only educate myself, but also you guys too, because, there's a lot of stuff that, I don't know that, we don't know as a whole. So, I feel like it's better to, take a little bit of time and to, try to place some information in there, if and when possible. So, I'm happy you guys are enjoying the videos and loving the information. I'm going to keep doing this, whenever I have the chance. Major shout out to anybody who's hit up the Patreon, the PayPal, who's bought clothing, and who've also hit the join button and the subscribe button on the YouTube channel. Much love and appreciation to all of you guys, and a special thanks to you guys, because you guys enable me and help me to do the things that I do every single day, which is bringing these videos and being able to make these videos and spend time making these videos, and put them out there to you guys and the public. So as always, not going to try to keep you guys here any longer. As always, peace, love, and stay tuned for the next video.